Hey guys, who do we got on tonight? Go ahead and pop off mute. Say hello if you can.
Hello.
Let's see.
What's
I see
up?
Nick, Cole, Xander, Corey, Colton.
Hello.
Looks like we got Sam and Dylon. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking.
Good.
Good, Dylon. Thanks for popping on, guys. This evening, I just want to give you a little bit of a heads up. It will go a little bit longer than the 30 minutes. So just plan on this one getting done at about 5:35 or 5:40 at the very latest. Just as a heads up, if you need to go at 5:30, no problem. Most of the times I try to stick with about 30 minutes here, but this one's just going to be a touch longer. Our topic this evening is physical relaxation. So I'm going to be going over some content first for the first about 10 or 15 minutes, talking about physical relaxation, what it is, when to use it, why to use it, and then we're going to actually do some abdominal breathing. So we're going to work on breathing with our abdomen and making sure that we're breathing properly, and then we're going to do some conscious muscle relaxation where I'm going to walk you through a set of muscle relaxation where you're going to tense different parts of your body and then you're going to relax. And so by the end of the session today, you should be feeling really good and really relaxed. And my hope is that by being exposed to it today, you pick up some skills and you're going to know how to relax your body a little bit in the future when you're feeling stressed and when you're feeling anxiety as it relates to soccer performance, but obviously it could be beneficial in other parts of your lives as well. So that's kind of our goal for today. Are there any questions before we get started here today, guys? All right. Well, as always, don't hesitate to pop on if you have any questions or want clarification on something. We're going to pop into my screen here in a sec. All right. Okay, so again, as an introduction here, I'm going to talk to you about elite athletes and the important skill of relaxed intensity. We're going to define what physical relaxation is. I'm going to remind you how you can use imagery and self-talk as physical relaxation tools. I'll talk briefly about how breathing impacts muscle performance, and then we're going to practice our power breathing and practice our conscious muscle relaxation. Okay, so in order to perform your best, it's important that you're not carrying any excess stress or anxiety in your body. In order to perform in the zone, which is like the pinnacle of performance, when you're in the zone, it's kind of when your best performances occur. It's an effortless time. Sometimes it lasts a very short amount of time. Sometimes it can last longer. But in order for this phenomenon to occur for you, it's very important that you're not stressed. You need to be physically relaxed while being mentally focused. And so I'm going to play this little clip from Kobe Bryant where he explains what it's like being in the zone. And hopefully all of you guys have been in the zone at least a few times. What it's like from my perspective, I've been in the zone a few times, and what it's like is kind of everything is just clicking. Everything seems kind of effortless, and usually, or actually almost always, when you're in the zone, there's a manipulation of time. So either it feels like time has flown by, or it feels like something is taking forever. Like maybe you receive the ball at the top of the box and it feels like time just slows down. You see everything, you see exactly where the goalkeeper is, and you're able to just kick the ball right into the net. That's a example of being in the zone. Or it also might be where you spend 10 or 20 minutes in the zone, and it seems like it just flies by. So I'm going to let Kobe Bryant explain from his perspective what it's like.
Get in that zone is just a supreme confidence that you know it's going. It's not a
matter of if or this, that, it's going in. Things just slow down. Everything slows down. You just have supreme confidence. But when that happens, you really do not try to focus on what's going on, because you can lose it in a second. Everything becomes one noise. It's not, you don't hear this or that. Everything's just one noise. And you're not paying attention to one or the other. You just stay right there. You have to really try to stay in the present, not let anything break that rhythm. And get in the zone, you just kind of stay there. You become oblivious to everything that's going on. You don't think about your surroundings or what's going on with the crowd or the team. Think about your surroundings or what's going on with the crowd or the team. You kind of locked in, and so I don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it there. So it's kind of this really strange phenomenon, but basically my goal for you guys is to experience performing in the zone on a more regular basis. It's not going to happen every time you play a game. It might not even happen more than once a month, to be honest. But one of my goals for you guys is that you experience it more often, because it's such an incredible experience. When you perform in the zone, it's just like you want to just go play again because you want it to happen again. It's so enjoyable. So being physically relaxed is an important piece of being able to perform in the zone. I'm going to talk a little bit now about stress and anxiety in general. So there's a couple different types of ways that we experience anxiety or stress. So there's the mental piece. That's going to be your thoughts. So sometimes when we got a big game coming up, or you've got a big test coming up in school, we tend to think about all the things that are going to go wrong sometimes, especially if we feel like it's a really hard test or if it's going to be against a really difficult opponent. We get stressed out. We start to have racing thoughts. We maybe have some self-defeating thoughts like, I don't think I'm good enough, or I just don't think I'm going to be able to perform well. And then we also have physical stress, and that is when you feel tense. So this is like the butterflies in the stomach, or muscular tension, just feeling tight. And they're separate, but they're interrelated. So if you feel tight, like if you have butterflies in your stomach or your muscles are tight, then your mind is going to pick up on that, and all of a sudden that's when your thoughts are going to start racing, and you're going to, oh gosh, I don't feel good, something's wrong, something's off. And then likewise, if you're having racing thoughts and you're thinking about things that are not going to go well, or like you're feeling like you're not feeling confident, like you think you're not going to perform well, then physically your body's going to tighten up, and you're not going to be physically loose enough to let your body do what it needs to do. So if we can have a little bit more control over our physical bodies, if we can relax our physical bodies when we feel anxious and stressed, then naturally it should relax our minds as well, and that will help us perform in a better state. So what is physical relaxation? It's a simple definition. It's just about willfully controlling bodily functions such as muscular tension, breathing, and heart rate to induce a more relaxed physical state of being. When might you use physical relaxation? There's lots of times. Just kind of want to breathe through different examples. Could be right before you're about to execute something on the field, like a corner kick or a free kick or a penalty kick, or even a throw in. A great example of somebody that you've probably all seen do this is Cristiano Ronaldo. Every time before he goes and takes a free kick, what does he do? I'll open it up to you guys here. What does Cristiano Ronaldo do every time before he takes a free kick?
He breathed.
Big deep breath.
That's right. So you've all seen him, right? He takes his steps and then he takes big deep breath, lets it out, and then he runs up and takes his free kick. Has everybody seen that?
Yes.
Yep. So you guys have seen that before. So that's something that you guys can steal. I mean, why not steal from one of the best players in the world? So we're gonna work on that power breath today that Cristiano uses right before he goes and executes something on the field like a free kick. You could use some physical relaxation techniques at halftime. So like when they designed the game of soccer at some point, whenever that was, a long time ago, the whole purpose of halftime was to let people rest, right? It was like, okay, we're going to play for a little while and then we're going to rest because it's a really long game and you need to rest during that time so you can play longer, right? So if you're holding on to stress and anxiety during that halftime period and not using it to let your body relax and recover, then you're doing yourself a disservice because you're not going to be able to perform as well in the second half. So halftime could be a great time to use some physical relaxation techniques. The hours leading up to a game. I know for me, when I was your guys' age, I'd wake up and it was like I couldn't even eat. I mean, I know that didn't help me, but for whatever reason, I was just, my parents would be like, "Do you want to eat breakfast?" Even if it was like a noon game or a 1 p.m. game, I was so, I don't know what it was, worked up and anxious. I'd be like, "No, I'm good." I just didn't even. My stomach was in knots the second I woke up for a game day. So it could be a time, if I had known about this, I could have used some techniques to relax and eat and try to not waste so much energy being nervous leading up to the game. Okay, could be traveling from one game to another or one competition to another. A lot of times we have to play multiple games in the same day. And kind of similar to halftime, if you don't use that downtime to rest and recover, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Could be the night before a game. Is anybody a guy that tosses and turns in bed the night before a big game? There's probably a couple out there. I know that was one of my issues as well. More in college, I'd be just thinking through everything that was going to happen the next day. And a lot of times I lost sleep just thinking about a game the next day. But it would have been a lot better for my performance if I'd been able to sleep more. Okay, and then even during physical exertion while you're playing, breathing deeper and using down moments in the game itself, like goal kicks, free kicks, injuries, using that time to relax your body and make sure you're breathing properly so that you're getting oxygen to your muscles. Okay, so those are just some examples of when you could potentially be using some of the physical relaxation techniques that we're gonna explore a little bit tonight. But now I want to open it back up to you guys, and I want to know for you, what's your experience like with stress and anxiety? When do you feel the most stress in relation to the game? So, like, for example, are you a roll around in bed type of guy? Is it the morning of? Just want to hear from you guys and see what your experience is.
Personally, when I get it the worst is like right before kickoff.
Okay, say more about that, Corey.
Because it's all been leading up to this one moment where the game's gonna start, and then you just have to be there, and bam, the game starts.
So how long does that experience last for you? Is it like less than a minute, or is it like once the whistle blows, you're good, or once you get like your first touch on the ball, or how long does that last for you?
It lasts from like as soon as like the kickoff happens till like the first 30 seconds of the game are played until I realize like it's fine.
Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing, Corey. So for you, that might be a time where you take a little bit of, or you take some of these techniques into that moment, and maybe I would recommend maybe just breathing a little bit deeper during that moment. It's probably not going to completely erase it, but it might help you manage that anxiety during that time. So that's good. Thanks for sharing, Corey. Do a couple more people want to pop on and let us know what's your experience with stress like and anxiety?
Hi, Skylar.
Hey, Reed.
All right, so for me, I get my main anxiety like the morning of the game. Like I'm really anxious all morning until like we get to the field and start warming up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I'm the most anxious.
Are you able to eat?
Sometimes, like, depends on like how I'm like feeling that day, like overall.
Okay, but for you as well, there's been times where you
Yeah.
haven't wanted to eat. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I can definitely relate to that. Obviously, I was the same way. So for you, Reed, that might be the ideal time to engage in some of these breathing techniques and some of the muscle relaxation techniques that we're going to explore tonight.
Yeah.
Just so you can conserve some of that energy, because being anxious for that long and nervous for that long, it's just like it sucks energy out of your body, and it's energy that you need for the game later on. So,
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
I usually get it towards the end of the game when they're up by like 1 or something, or maybe 2.
Okay, sure. And what does that feel like?
I just start to get like really like nervous about not being able to win, and just like, and I don't really want to lose, so.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that too. Especially as a coach, when we're losing late in the game, it's like a lot of anxiety. You're not sure how things are going to work out. So yeah, I'm with you, Aaron. That might be a good moment for me and you to breathe a little bit deeper and just focus on controlling what we can control and not letting our minds get ahead of us in those moments. All right. So thanks for sharing, you guys. Everybody has their own unique experience with stress and anxiety. So it's just kind of cool to hear different people's perspectives. So I appreciate that. All right. So some methods of physical relaxation. Imagery is one. If you guys remember a previous session on imagery, if you're feeling anxious or stressed, spending a little bit of time visualizing yourself doing good things, connecting passes, scoring goals, winning tackles, that's going to be a way to calm you down and relax. So that's one that we've already experienced. Self-talk as well. P3 thinking, just telling yourself, hey, calm down, relax, you got this, be confident. It can also be a way to calm yourself down a little bit. And then the couple that we're going to practice today are power breathing and conscious muscle control. Oh, I like this. So I found this clip from Novak Djokovic. He's a tennis player. I was a tennis player in high school, and I like to follow some of the major tournaments like Wimbledon and stuff. And this is a clip from him after he beat Roger Federer in the Wimbledon final. And he's talking about how he used self-talk after he lost. I think it was the third or the fourth set. He went in the bathroom and did some self-talk. And this is him talking about that experience.
Novak, congratulations. Nerves are still really. When I lost the fourth, obviously, the momentum shifted on his side, and I just needed to refocus and find the right purpose. Find that inner strength, that last drop of energy, and inspiration, and just trying to be in the present moment, be aware of the occasion, be aware where I am and playing fifth set of the Wimbledon. You never know what's going to happen next year. So that's something that gave me strength. I went to the bathroom, to a restroom after dropping the fourth set, and I had a chat to myself. I was loud to myself saying, "You believe in yourself. Just it's not a cliche. It really works. Even when you don't feel it at times, to say some positive things to yourself. That's exactly when you should do it." And I'm not here to preach about right and wise things, but just worked for me, and I'm full of joy. I mean, in this moment, it's.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there. kind of cool to hear Novak Djokovic there talking about having a conversation with himself in the restroom during Wimbledon. I always like to think if the Wimbledon champion's not too good to have a conversation with himself and say believe in yourself, then we shouldn't be either. And I like especially how he says even when you don't feel confident, that's the most important time to engage in something like self-talk to help give yourself a bit of confidence. Okay, so why is breathing important? Well, basically, deeper breaths equal more oxygen in your bloodstream, and more oxygen in your bloodstream equals better performing muscles because your muscles need the glucose from the food that you eat, and they also need the oxygen from your bloodstream. So, the deeper you can breathe, the more oxygen you're going to get into your lungs, and then that oxygen is going to get delivered to your muscles, and the better you're going to perform. So if you breathe shallowly or not deeply, then you're not going to perform as well as you could. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of breathing awareness, and then we're going to practice that Cristiano Ronaldo breath and learn a little bit more about breathing from our abdomen. So if possible, I want you guys to find a comfortable spot. This is going to be the beginning of our practical time. So you can find a nice little spot on your carpet or in your room. You're going to spend the next 15 minutes or so on the ground there if you've got a spot. If you don't have a spot on the ground, you can just be in a chair. That'll work just as well, almost just as well. But ideally, we're going to go ahead and lie down, okay? So if you can, lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And if you don't have a spot to lie down, you can just do it in a chair. Okay, go ahead and place one hand on your abdomen. That's the spot just above your belly button and just below your rib cage. And then place your other hand on your chest. Okay, now breathe normally for a minute and notice how you're breathing. Which hand rises the most as you inhale? Is it the one on your chest or the one on your abdomen? If your abdomen moves the most, you are on your way to power breathing or breathing from your abdomen. If your chest moves the most, your breathing is shallow and needs to be deepened. Okay, now I want you to only breathe through your nose and gently place both hands on your abdomen. Now to enhance your power breathing, press your hand down on your abdomen as you exhale and let your abdomen push your hand back up as you inhale deeply. Do this a few times to feel the breathing technique and then just allow your hands to ride softly on your abdomen. Okay, I'm going to give you just a few more seconds here to breathe through your abdomen and feel what that feels like. And next, we're going to practice the power breath. So I'm going to explain it first. So just keep breathing deeply through your abdomen while I explain what we're going to do. And then we'll try it a few times. Okay, so the way the power breath works is you're going to inhale through your nose slowly and fill your lungs as completely as possible. When you do that, I want you to think about drinking in the fresh air and flooding your body with energy for fluid performance. And then when you exhale, you're going to do it through both your nose and your mouth. And I want you, as you let that air go, to feel relaxed, loose, and ready. Okay, so you guys ready to try it? So you're going to inhale through your nose, fill up your lungs, and then let it go out your nose and mouth. And go ahead and do that again. In through the nose, fill it up, and then out the nose and mouth. One more time. In through the nose, and then out through the nose and the mouth. Okay, so that can be kind of a dual purpose. That can be a nice method like Cristiano Ronaldo does when it's right before a free kick or a penalty kick or a corner kick, just to let go of any tension and then just let your body do what it's designed to do. And it can also be a great way to recover when you're really tired and you're out of breath. Using that technique of going in through the nose and then out the nose and the mouth can be a good way just to get some extra oxygen into your body quickly. Okay, so I want you guys to remember that. Any questions on that before we move on to our muscle relaxation? Okay, guys, so now I'm going to walk you through a script here. So I'll let you know kind of how it's going to work, and then we'll get into it. So I'm going to guide you through this process. You're going to tense different parts of your body for about 5 or 6 seconds. And then the first cycle through, you're going to tense for about 5 seconds and then relax for 25 seconds, each muscle group. And then we're going to do it again. And the second time, you're still going to tense for about 5 seconds, but you're going to relax for 50 seconds. So twice as long. So this will take about 15 minutes. Okay, so go ahead and get in a comfortable position. You can either be lying down or seated. Close your eyes and take a long, slow, deep breath through your nose, inhaling as much air as possible. Then exhale slowly and completely, feeling the tension leave your body as you exhale. Continue to inhale and exhale slowly and deeply, letting the day's tensions and problems drain out of you with each exhalation. As you are breathing deeply and rhythmically, focus on my voice and follow my instructions. Try not to move any more than necessary to stay comfortable. We'll start the exercise by tensing the muscles in your right leg. To do this, lift your legs slightly, curl your toes down, and tense the muscles hard. Okay, ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Concentrate on the feeling of relaxation now in your right leg and contrast that feeling to the previous feeling of tension. Feel the back of your leg melt into the floor. Relax your toes even so they feel like cooked spaghetti. Okay, next we're going to do your left leg. Same thing, lift it slightly, curl your toes down, and tense the muscles hard. Okay, ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Feel the back of your leg melt into the floor. Okay, next you're going to do your shoulders and your back and stomach. So to do this, you're going to pull your shoulders back in together and make your stomach hard like you're about to be hitting the stomach. Okay, ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Feel your shoulders drop and let your back sink into the floor. Next, you're going to do your right arm. To tense, you're going to bend your arm slightly at the elbow, make a tight fist, and press down and in with your biceps. Okay, ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Let the tension flow down your arm and out your fingertips so that even your fingers feel completely relaxed like cooked spaghetti. Okay, next, your left arm. Same as your right arm, bend arm slightly at the elbow, make a tight fist, and press down and in with your bicep. Okay, ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Let the tension flow down your arm and out your fingertips Relax your fingers so even they feel like cooked spaghetti. Next, you're going to tense your neck muscles. To do this, pull your chin down to touch your chest while at the same time resisting. Okay, ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Feel the rubber bands running through your neck, loosen, and go limp. And lastly, we're going to tense our faces. Don't worry, I'm not looking. To do this, you're going to raise your eyebrows, squint your eyes, bite down hard, and make an ugly face. Okay, ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Drop your jaw. Feel your forehead sag. Let your mouth go limp. Okay, so we're going to do that same thing again, except this time the relaxation period is going to be doubled. During that time, I won't say much, but just remember to keep breathing deeply and rhythmically. And as much as you can, try to let your mind just relax as well. If you end up thinking about school or other stuff going on, just remember that you can think about that stuff later. There will be plenty of time, but for right now, you're just going to be enjoying um, a little bit of muscle relaxation. Okay, so ready? We're going to start over with our right leg. You're going to lift your leg slightly, curl your toes down, and tense the muscles hard. Okay, ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Feel the back of your leg melt into the floor. Okay, next your left leg, just the same as the right leg. Ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Feel the back of your left leg now just melt into the floor. Concentrate on the feeling of relaxation now in your left leg and contrast that feeling to the previous feeling of tension. Okay, next you're going to tense your shoulders, back, and stomach by pulling your shoulders back and together and making your stomach hard like you're about to be hit in the stomach. Okay, ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Feel your shoulders drop and your back sink into the floor. Next, you're going to tense your right arm. Do this by bending your arm slightly at the elbow, making a tight fist, and pressing down and in with your bicep. Okay, ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Let the tension flow down your arm and out your fingertips. Okay, next your left arm, just the same as your right arm. Ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Let the tension flow down your arm and out your fingertips. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply and in good rhythm to facilitate your relaxation. Use that abdominal breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Okay, next you're going to tense your neck. To do this, pull your chin down to touch your chest while at the same time resisting. Okay, ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Feel the rubber bands running through your neck. Loosen and go limp. Okay, last one here. You're going to tense your face. Do this by raising your eyebrows, squinting your eyes, biting down hard, and making an ugly face. Okay, ready? Tense. Hold it. Hold it. Relax. Drop your jaw. Feel your forehead sag. Let your mouth go limp. At this point, scan your body for any additional tension and let it go. Focus on the relaxed state of your muscles. Each time you exhale, repeat to yourself the word relax. Going to give you about 1 more minute here just to relax. If any stressful thoughts seem to want to come creeping into your mind, just let them go. You don't have to give them your attention. Now that you've enjoyed your deep relaxation state, it's time to return to your day. Begin to move your arms and legs, and when you are ready, open your eyes to feel the alertness flowing back into your body. Go ahead and sit up. You guys still awake? How do you feel?
Good.
I
Nice.
almost fell asleep.
That's all right. Sam, you feeling good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Okay, guys. So that's it for tonight. There's a sheet that was sent out in an email this morning that's got how to do the power breathing and how to do the conscious muscle relaxation for you guys for the future if you want to try it again. But I'm going to let you go for tonight. Are there any questions before I let you go?
Nope.
No questions? All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you
Thank you.
signing on. Yep. You're very
Thank
welcome.
you.
We'll see you
Thanks,
soon.
Skylar.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See you tomorrow.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.